Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music. I've got a little cold today. My voice may not be all I hope it to be, but I'm on the porch, and I guess this is a porch talk, and I want to talk today about speaking gently, what it means for a musician, an artist, to speak gently. Well, I guess first, I want to remind you that Martin Heidenreich and I are doing a Halloween hangover challenge, a short video to score. I guess it's a horror score. We've got great prizes. You can find an announcement video with all the details, and I'll put them in the description as well. And if this is the second or third video of mine you've seen and there's something useful about it, now's a great time to subscribe. I'm hoping to build a community of composers and producers, artists, sound designers who are interested in learning more about music theory for themselves, for their own work. Not academic, not flashy. I hope this is music theory for everyone. So as the channel has grown, I get tons of comments. And to my amusement, one of the most frequent comments is, this guy should do ASMR. Now, I'm hoping you know what ASMR is. And I suspect it's just because I do a pretty good job producing my vocal sound. I'm careful about compression and equalization. I work with the sibilants and just try to make things kind of sound good. It's really important that stuff sounds good on YouTube. The picture almost is secondary. Hey, I have advantages in speaking gently. And I think those advantages are, first, technical, and second, experience, because I come from a kind of a radio family. My dad was a radio guy. My oldest best friend is a kind of a famous radio guy. Voice is important to me, speaking voice. And then there's this thing, which is that I teach piano, and I teach 5 and 6 and 7 and 8-year-olds. And I've been doing it for a long time. And I'll tell you what, speak gently to the 5-year-old. Speak gently to that young person. I had to learn to speak gently. I had to learn that you can hurt someone with how you speak. And I think that learning that has carried over into my music. This past week, I saw Pat Metheny playing his solo guitars in support of his solo album, which is terrific. And then last night, I saw Brad Meldau's trio. Both of these artists, and I've seen them both many times before, have a capacity to amaze with virtuosity. And yet, balancing it is this ability to gently and almost like with restraint and delicacy and care present the simplest thing to us that's just transporting, right? I think that as a musician, there was a period of time in my life when I was carried away by the idea of the expansive, demonstrative, high-speed, complicated musical gesture. And then at some point I was introduced to the idea of what my friend Roy called the anti-solo, where the solo is like more of an absence than a presence. And somehow that absence carries just as much weight. And of course, it's a truism. And really, I mean, probably something we should keep in mind all the time, that the space in our playing is just as important as the notes. But all that, I think, is a little to the side of what I'm interested in thinking about today. Because if I really think about speaking gently, I guess what I'm saying is be kind. And kindness is undervalued in the world that I live in, anyway. I'm not saying be nice. I'm not saying put yourself aside to serve somebody else's needs or wants. I'm saying be kind. And as a musician, I'm still figuring out what it is to be kind. As a teacher, I think I understand it. And now my next question, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do about this, but my next question is, as a composer, as a performer, what does it mean to be kind in my work? I think that the direction that I'm going is an attempt to have the music itself reach out to draw a listener in, to, if you will, explain itself, to be transparent, to be beautiful, complicated, maybe a little bit difficult, but to always be saying, I think you can get something out of this. I think you can understand it. I hope it has value. And join me in listening to this. I wasn't always treated with kindness. Growing up, I can't say that I was always treated with kindness. And just knowing that makes me feel a little bit sad. But I can always change that. I can look back and treat myself with kindness. I can treat my students with kindness. I can try to ask myself the question, what is gentle speech? What is right action? How can I manifest this? I guess I would just call it a core principle. It's essentially kind of a social principle. It's a principle that sort of is about the interaction of me with you, with the rest of the world. How can I manifest that in my artistic expression? Because it has to be part of my artistry. I don't think I'm going to be satisfied with it just being a part of my philosophy. Speak gently. Be kind. These are basic ideas. Well, don't forget the Halloween Hangover Challenge. I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe, ding the bell. You'll be notified when I do my videos. And I'll see you next time.